for anybody who's watching right now, me and Kia have been like talking for like 20 minutes straight, thinking we were live, and we were not
It
live
was
at
so
all.
good. You guys missed so much.
We're live.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wait a second. I can't hear you.
What is that sound? So, hey guys, Bria here, and I should be live, hopefully. I'm here with all of these tracks.
1 second. I can't hear you.
And we're a hot mess.
I could hear you that whole time. Now I can't hear you.
This is literally what we go through. Anytime we try to go live together, this is the issue. Like, YouTube just doesn't want me to live my best life. I don't know what to do. Can you hear me, sister? I'm not sure if she can hear me. What's up, LL? LL. What's up, Al Mac? What's up, Kill Cam? I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get Salty Traps in here. Every time we try to do this stream together, like, YouTube does not want to be our best friend. Can you hear me, sis? I don't think she can hear me at all. What? So what I'm gonna do, guys, I think I'm gonna come out and go back in because I don't want you to be blocked out and we can't hear each other. It's so frustrating.
This is really strange.
Yeah, I don't think we can. So let's get in the chat. Let's see. Can you stop?
Can you say something?
Hey, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't know. That was really weird.
Okay, so you can now?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine now. I think you were connected to my Bluetooth and you're charging on my CarPlay, like technology. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I was like, oh my God.
No. We're good now.
Okay, I can just get my phone line. All right, guys.
Struggle streaming over here. Real time.
Finally, and we are live together. Finally. If any of you guys have followed my page, you've probably seen us on Thanksgiving making a fool out of ourselves, trying to cook stuff. And we're back in our cars and live streaming with you guys to show you what it looks like to live in a car. So today we have some topics that we do want to go over. The topics today will be 9 to 5, job drama, travel updates, and dating struggles. So I'm going to hop right into the 9 to 5 job drama. The reason why I put that in this video title is because that's what I've been going through. For any of you guys who follow my page, you know that I do have a 9 to 5 job. And I don't really want to, but I have one and it funds my life, and I've had to deal with a lot of different issues working that job. So I want to hear you guys' opinions. The number one thing that's been bothering me is the fact that I have to ask for permission to do anything, quote unquote, or live my life. And recently I've gotten to a point where I'm just like, if it doesn't affect my personal well-being, like if you're not taking away my freedom, as far as like locking me up in jail, I don't really think anybody has the right to tell me what I can or can't do in my life. I don't think I have to ask for permission from a corporate entity, any other person as a grown woman to say, hey, I want to travel or I want to take some time off to work on myself, whatever it is. So I want to hear what you guys' opinion is in regards to like the 9 to 5 job life of like them literally wanting to control your entire life, even though I'm living in a car. These people don't even pay me enough to do better than this. So I'm like, how can you tell me if I can or can't travel? I might get paid more doing that. So can you tell me how you feel about that? Tell me if you've had any job troubles recently. I know you're on the road, so a lot of people will want to hear your opinion.
Yeah. I have to agree with you. At this point in my life, I definitely wanted more freedom when it came to work and be able to take time off and not have to go through a chain of command to get the time approved or anything like that. And yeah, I switched over to gig work so I could not only kind of live a more transient life, but also so that I could take time off when I wanted to and take as much off as I wanted to and work as much as I wanted to as well. I think a lot of people think like sometimes if you're living in your car, like you just don't want to work or you want to work less. Like I put in 60-hour weeks. It's not that I want to work less. I actually wanted to work more and take more of my money home instead of giving it to rent and bills and expenses. It just wasn't the life for me right now.
You're definitely someone who works harder than a lot of people that I know. Like I'm like
Yeah,
she's
girl.
forgiving me right now. Like what is going on? Like but like you said, you take that money home with you. A lot of us will work hard jobs, long hour jobs, and end up paying it all back in taxes or fees or insurances and things like that. So to be able to actually take that money home with you, you can make decisions based off of that. You can make plans based off of your true like income level, whereas a lot of us don't even really fully see what we truly make because it's like tax and fees and everything's on it before we even touch it.
Right.
Like I had my bank reach out to me recently and was like, "Hey, we need you to update how much you make a year because it's been a few years and we're sure you're making more. So update us." And I was like, "I don't even know what to tell y'all. Like, after these folks get their hands in my pockets, like, do you want to know how much or before? You know,
Yeah.
like, still kind of confused." Um, but yeah, the 9 to 5 job life has its pluses. I'm not going to completely crap all over it. Like, it doesn't work for anybody because it does work and it's been working for me. But there are a lot of negatives to it where, for example, I'm literally sitting here having to ask for forgiveness instead of permission. I'm like, I'm not gonna ask you for permission as a grown woman to travel or see family or do anything that I need to do. I'm just gonna have to ask for permission later on down the line if you guys like, hey, you were supposed to do that. You didn't ask for our permission, and I'm just like, unless you're locking me up in jail, bro, like you can't tell me what to do. And that's how I truly 100% feel. I'm like, if I wake up Monday morning and I'm like, F this job, I can't work this job, I'm not suited to work this job today, I'm not feeling good, then I'll be just fine. Like, no one's going to come arrest me and take me to jail and take away my freedom. You know, it'll just be like, well, I guess she quit that job or she got fired from that job, you know? So I want more people to see that, like, you don't necessarily have to be under the command of people who make you feel like they can run your life. If you are willing to sacrifice and do like different things, then you might be able to kind of stand up to those people and be like, hey, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and whether you like it or not, I mean that's kind of just your feelings. But regardless, I'm gonna do what I want to do. A lot of people don't do what they want to do because they're terrified that they're gonna lose their job or they're not gonna have any type of stability. And I'm like, you have to create that stability for yourself, even if it means living in a car, you know? So
Right. And
honestly,
I would also recommend for people another thing that helped me feel like it was okay to leave like the last jobs that I had was starting a side hustle or side gig of some
yeah,
sort. Like that made me feel so comfortable to be able to say, you know what? Like I don't need this job. You know, like right now in my life, like I've
mm,
worked and I've put in the hours and I've grown a business and I have a side hustle that's now bringing me in very close to what you're paying me, but if I put in a little bit more time or a little bit more effort, could probably be paying me more. You know,
mm-hmm,
like take the chance, because that really helped me be able to save up a good amount of money before I started to live this life, and also made me very comfortable to be like, you know what, if a job is, bringing on more stress in my life than it is a benefit, I can just leave and walk away and focus more on a side hustle that ended up, paying out pretty good for me and making me be able to live a lifestyle like this. So definitely a side gig. That's the way to
So,
go.
do you feel like you give overtime into your current gig, or do you feel like you're making good money just on like regular, like 9 to 5 hours, or do you feel like you have to work like overtime?
So I currently feel like I have to work overtime, but I always felt like at jobs, like I could make more money, or I wanted to make more money, or I wanted to work more hours. Sometimes I even had 2 and 3 jobs. So I've always been that type that was always in and around and around something, but I didn't have that
Hmm.
freedom to just be like, hey, I want to take some time off without there being some type of conflict with me and a boss about me taking vacation time or me wanting to do something different. There's always been some type of conflict there because I was in like management type positions. So if I left, it was like everybody like, oh, what are we gonna do without you? And I was coming back to like so much more work than when I would have left. So I felt like guilty about leaving. So just to avoid all of that, I wanted to do gig work because I could work as much as I want, work gig work strategically. I'm not just going out here, taking any old orders. Like there's algorithms and things to it, so you can really make out good money. And if you're living in your car, you can go wherever you want. So if money dries up in one area, it's very easy to go to another one where the money is. You're not stuck
Yeah, you can
in
move
just your
around.
area. Exactly. So that's why I like doing gig work. And on top of that, you're getting to travel. So you're able to see a whole bunch of different places that you wouldn't have before. Just check out the markets before you go, and you can basically go to a whole bunch of different parts of the United States with gig work. Especially if you start like another online business, you're set. So
Hmm.
I'm telling people, if I don't leave here saying anything, I want people to definitely, if you have a passion or something, get on it, start an Etsy shop, start a little Shopify shop, start marketing yourself. Like,
Hmm.
you can seriously change your life with a side hustle that you're actually passionate about. I truly believe in that.
I'm 100% listening, but I'm also like trying to find my chapstick.
Oh no, you're good.
I'm like, it's so cold out here. Where's my chapstick?
No, I just had to.
Whatever. I'm just gonna be stopped. But no, I feel you 100%. Gig work, everything. People need to stop sleeping on it. Like for real. I'm like, there's so much progression and like growth you can make in your life if you kind of let go of the man's hand. That's the best way I can say it. Let go of the man's hand. Um, take a lip off the mom's cheek. You know, like whatever you
Yeah.
want to, like however you want to put it. I'm like, if you stop waiting for people to tell you how you're supposed to live your life and you start actively asking yourself like, what makes me happy? What do I want to do? Like, what is that going to ensue? And working towards that actively, I think you can get in a better place. So a lot of times you're like living in your car. That sounds horrible. That sounds like a terrible way. You're in a bad situation. But I'm like, it depends on what you're trying to do with your life. For example, if we move onward into the conversation, travel updates. I recently talked with you guys on a live stream about me wanting to do a solo female international travel, and it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of planning. It's going to take some money, everything. But if you can kind of separate yourself from what people tell you you're supposed to live your life and start working personally on goals that you have for your life, regardless of what people are saying. So I'm like, if I just want to travel out of the country this year, like, I don't necessarily need to work for 6 years for the same company to retire to, get a raise and a promotion and do all this extra. Like, I don't need to do all that. I just need to make certain money and things to meet my goals. So when I say people sleep on seasonal work, I really mean that. Where I'm like, not everyone, but a lot of people are out here feeling like I need to accomplish some type of goal. I need to be successful. I need to be over other people. And that's going to make me successful. And then when they do that, they're like, oh, I'm not happy. I don't feel successful. And I'm like, because you're not focused on what you want to do. So my job is not to prove to you guys that I'm living my best life by working a 9 to 5 and working my way up a corporate ladder and um, competing with other women who are at levels in their life that I'm not even interested in being at. I
Yeah,
currently, like my job, I have a lot of women I compete with who are like married, 3, 4 kids, things like that. I'm like, I don't even feel the need to compete with you. And it's no disrespect, but it's like we're just at different spaces in our life, you know? It's okay to want to do other things with your life other than follow the same like traditional avenue that we've been taught since we were in elementary school. You know, I don't know. That's really been like sticking with me recently because I was like, I hate when people come to me and say like, why aren't you married? Why don't you have kids? Why aren't you at this place in your career? Why aren't you insert? You know, and I'm like, I think it's truly okay to just define that for yourself. You know, to say like my life, I want it to look a certain way, and it may not look the way you want it to look or the way that we were traditionally taught that it should look. You know?
I totally agree. You just have to, go your own way, especially if it's off a beat, if it's off like a path that hasn't been gone down before, and it's in you. You want to explore that. I'd recommend people just lean into it and go for it. You never know. Like your life could completely change and you can do things that you wouldn't have normally done before. Like it's just a win-win for me. And you're getting to make and save money, try different things, try different careers even. You who's to say that you have to stay in that same career? You can try you can go to a different town, a different state, different country, get a job doing something maybe you wouldn't have done before. Who knows? You know? You got
Mm-hmm.
to take chances and got to take risks in life, I think.
I agree, sis. Let's check out what they're saying in the chat. We got a lot of people checking in saying, hey, I appreciate everyone who's jumped in to see what we're chatting about today live. Of course, we've got Brick City Finest, Killer Cam.
Hey, hey, hey.
We got Al Mac and
Friends from the
LLL. What's
Discord.
going on? Let me see here. What's up, AOG? Who's got 5 on everything? What's up? We got Kayla49, Cartoon Mac. What's going on? Maria
Hey,
Marshall.
hey, hey, hey.
Brick City's Finest says, just like anything else, this life is what you make it. True, 100%. We're trying
Facts.
to make the best we can make out of ours.
Facts.
I hate when people are like, oh my God, I feel so bad for you. I'm praying for you. I'm like, I appreciate the prayers. I'll take any prayers, but
Take them.
I'm
Take
okay.
them.
Like, I hope I don't come
No,
off like
I'm
miserable
good.
and angry. Like, I'm
Appreciate
actually
you.
living the life. I'm blessed, happy, thanking God every day. Let's see. Me, myself, and my car says, challenges bring change. Change brings opportunities. Opportunities create inspiration. Inspiration is you taking control of your life. I like that 100% because a lot of challenges in my life, I kind of looked at them like, why is this happening to me? This sucks. If I was a better person, this wouldn't be happening. And then as I like grew and I matured, I realized those like challenges solve you. Like no matter what you're playing, just insert some video game. The only way you can get to the next level of that game is to evolve. Like you have to go through some trial or tribulation that's different from the one that you saw previously in the other level, you know? So challenges, I've learned to kind of embrace them. If I'm having a challenge period in my life, I embrace it because I know like what's coming next is probably a growth period. I'm probably going to evolve. I'm probably going to level up after such a challenge. And then to continue that, You said change brings opportunities, opportunities create inspiration. Yeah, if you're in a situation where you don't have many opportunities, you're not going to have much inspiration. So when I've challenged myself, changed myself, other opportunities have arisen, like living in my car. When I challenged myself to leave my apartment, just get rid of the lease and not sign another one. Another opportunity arises with my car. I've been saving money, traveling, living a great life, building this YouTube community since then. So, yeah, me, myself, and my car, I love what you're saying. And of course, inspiration is going to take you a long way. T, do you want to continue down the chats a little from there? After me, myself, and my car, I think we got Brother Gladly checked in, said what's up.
Let me go. I wanted to say something about me, myself, and my car's comment.
Yeah.
Definitely. Exactly what you said about challenges and hold on one second, I lost it in the chat.
It probably jumped up.
Yes.
Yo, I'm
Challenges
getting
bring
hot.
change bring opportunities, opportunities create inspiration is taking control of your life. Definitely. And to add on to that, shout out to all the people on YouTube that have kind of gone through some of these challenges that we've all had and given us so much inspiration to do what we're doing. Like, there are so many challenges that I thought exactly what you were thinking. Oh my God, woe is me. I have to be the only one that's going through this. Like, there's no one that could possibly relate to me, no one that could possibly feeling exactly how I feel. And I've gone on YouTube and seen some people living the life that I've always wanted, inspiring me to be like, you know what? I'm not the only one that has things going on. I'm not the only one in the world. And there's a community of people that are going through the same exact thing I'm going through and are understanding and are inspirational and are behind you 100%. So shout out to the YouTube community because they have definitely inspired me to live the
At
life
our
that I'm
back.
living right now. For sure.
I'm trying to angle y'all better. Hold on.
Let me go back down in the chat here.
But yeah, the YouTube community, I mean, I don't know, like everyone has their different social medias that they support, that they're growing a subscriber base on, but there is no community like YouTube communities. I'm telling you, like I don't care about my Instagram, my Facebook, TikTok, ew, what? You know, like I'm like my YouTube community is the most important thing to me because there's just no more genuine community. The type of people who are gonna come and support your content, the type of people who are gonna come and have conversations with you in general, like about the things that you're interested in. It's just beautiful what we're continuing to like grow and build. I'm always just blown away about that. But in regards to just what we're talking about, traveling, drop, job drama. We also mentioned dating struggles, and I know a lot of these car life folks want to hear about that. Let's just be real; like they want to talk about it, especially at 10:30 at night. So, Key, I will ever so drastically transition into talking about dating drama with you.
Okay.
I'll let her take it from here, and we'll just continue the conversation on.
Yes. So the issue I find when I'm thinking about dating with this life in the future is when you're living in your car. I think naturally people have a certain level of pity towards you, and sometimes those people are men that are trying to date you,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of get into a sticky situation when you're dating because in a normal circumstance, let's say there's a first date, like there would be you would be in your own place and he would be in his own place. You guys would meet at a neutral location to be safe. You know, if you guys wanted to decide to take that somewhere, you go to his place, you go to maybe her place, you'd get a room. But at the end of that, most likely these two people would go back to their dwellings, go back to their lives, maybe plan for a second date. And when you're in your car, it doesn't exactly feel like you can do that sometimes when you're dating a guy. And
Yeah.
I
He's like,
feel like,
oh, are you coming back to my house? Are you just gonna sleep in
yeah,
your
because
car?
what are
It's
you gonna
like, I
do?
don't know
Sleep
you
in your
like that.
car? And it's just like,
That's so funny.
yeah, actually, like in a normal circumstance, I would. So I just find that may be a problem going forward, especially if he's not a nomad.
Yeah.
That there'll be that pressure to be like, oh, like, especially if the date is, even if the date isn't going well, you know what I mean, on your end,
Yeah.
he could still feel like, oh no, like, why would you sleep in your car? So it's that juggle that I find.
Yeah, it's almost like people want to convince you that what you're doing is wrong. So it's like they'll meet you either online or whatever in person, and they'll be like, "Oh, you live in your car? Okay, that's cool." And then when you go on a date with them, they're like, "Oh, so you sure you don't want to just come back to my house? Like, you sure you want to sleep in your car?" And I'm like, I made it very clear with you before we started dating that I sleep in my car. So I don't understand why it's like a thing now where we have to like address it. Like they should be very comfortable with you being like, all right, this was a wonderful date. Peace.
Yeah,
I'm
and then
gonna
you
get in my
go back. Just,
car.
yeah, I just wish people
Yeah.
would understand, like, just because this is the situation doesn't mean that the regular kind of dating standards would disappear. So,
It's almost
yeah.
like it makes you feel like, especially for me as a woman, it's like you think that I'm so desperate that any guy with some type of living environment,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go and stay with him.
Yeah.
And girl, I'll be honest with you. Like I've talked to guys who would have me in disgusting living environments in comparison to me just being like, I'm just gonna stay in my car and go drive
Yeah,
to
no,
my house
I'm
and
good.
focus on that. So it's just like a mindset that I feel like either you're willing to deal with and grow with somebody to like change their mindset, or it's like this is just not gonna work. Like you don't understand that a lot of the times my living arrangement in my car is better than your arrangement in your home. Like for real. Like I don't know, like dating you would think shouldn't be the hardest thing because when you really, really think about it, it's really not that big of a deal. It's like, okay, you have one person who lives in a vehicle, one person who lives in a home. Both of them should have some type of standards of hygiene, cleanliness, things of that nature. So I don't really think that you living in a car or a home changes that. But I feel like some people would literally think, and more than likely it's guys who are like, oh, you're better off living in my home in the trap where people are getting shot every
Oh
other
my
night,
gosh,
and
no.
like then you living in your car, girl. You're not safe, girl. And I'm like, boy, I'm gonna just drive like you. You're like, I'm gonna drive to the suburbs. Like, what are you
Nope,
talking
I'm
about?
out. I want no parts. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I will drive to the suburbs before I stay with you. You want to hit up the chat? It seems like the chat is popping.
All right, let's see what they're talking about here. Brick City's Finest said he's doing dronography and photography now, and he made his first money doing it yesterday. That's amazing.
Dronography? Ooh.
Yeah, I think Brick City, is that when you take the footage on the drone, like stock
And
photo
like sell
image,
it.
like stuff like that? Yeah, and sell it.
That's pretty cool. Well, if I don't find my chapstick, I will die. So continue the chat, and I'm gonna look for that.
Okay, let me go here actually. Okay, Brother Gladly said hi. Hey, how are you?
I found
Oh, you found some?
my chapstick.
Northern Downpour said that he is or he or she, I don't know, is enjoying the chat or the conversation. Fly
I'm looking
Guy.
over here. That's what my chat is, yo.
Fly Guy TLB said, "What's up? What's going on?" Cheryl, she says she's late, but she said for us to be safe, ladies, it's cold. Thank you, Cheryl. It is
You know what,
freezing.
Cheryl? It's cold, but it's not that cold, though, for real. Do you agree? Like, it's cold, but, like, I had to take my jacket off. I'm like, after a while, it's all right.
Yeah, but
Up.
I don't know. I work outside, so for me, it's pretty cold. Since I'm outside all the time.
Hoodie. You got the nice hat, the Scully on. You got more than me. Hey, guys, this is the perfect time. So, Key bought me some beautiful.
Check them out.
Slipper socks. Burgundy, beautiful slipper socks.
Yep, with the rubber soles.
What an amazing Christmas gift, y'all. What a nice friend. These things are so warm. Like, usually when I'm in the car, my toes, like my feet are freezing. But right now, like, I haven't even thought about it.
That's why I got them. I got mine on too, actually.
Thank you so much.
No worries. It gets cold.
Gets really cold. Completely with the chat. Where are we in the chat, y'all?
I think we're at A Mal Max said a road never traveled can lead you to a better place. Working does present challenges. Very true.
Yeah. Tim talked about this. Okay, if you guys know us, you know we love Timothy J. Ward.
Love Tim Ward.
He said that, like, we're meant to work, but he doesn't think we're meant to work for other people. And I feel that way 100%. Like, I feel like I'm meant to work to survive. So I'm meant to make sure I have food, make sure I have shelter, make sure I can wash my ass, like, do other things, take care of my family. But I'm not meant to work for a corporation that's making someone else billions of dollars while many people are poor. Like, I just don't feel like that's what I was meant to do.
Yeah, and to acquire a lot of material things too. Like,
yeah, it's like, what am I working for? When it comes down to me just having somewhere safe to sleep, I sleep in my car. Having something to eat hasn't been a problem. Having some clothes in my bath, go to Goodwill. You know, like
it's so much simpler.
To make other people rich.
It's so simple, and we make it complicated.
Yeah. And they'll make you feel like, oh, you're not good enough, you're a bum, or you're not successful if you're not making some other fat dude rich. Like, I'm just not with it. Like, I'd rather enjoy my life than make some other fat cat rich.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Somebody sitting back eating steak and lobster all night while I'm eating ramen noodles in the car. I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
Like, that's stupid.
Yes.
It's so stupid.
And originally too, like, I was thinking of all the money that I'm having, like, eventually I do want a family, and it's like, if I'm not saving the money to eventually go to my future family, then I'm just going to be spending it to enrich someone else's family by paying rent and paying this and paying that. And it's like, I'm not keeping any of this money for me and my own. Like, what am I doing? Sitting here in luxury. Like, I don't need to be living like this. Like, I can have so much more money saved than living this, like, luxury to think, so that people think I'm keeping up with the Joneses, but really I'm like, I'm so miserable. Like, I walk into my apartment, with a terrible look on my face, and I'm just like, I'm so not happy. I'd much rather be anywhere but here, traveling, getting different experience, meeting different people,
Yeah, it just blows my mind, because I'm like, people our age, you would look at us and be like, oh, they're young and they're in their early 20s. I'm like, no, we're like in our later 20s.
Yeah.
We have similar goals that maybe your parents would have wanted or things like that, but I think it's just the way that we go about it that's really different, and that's like game changing. It's like, I'm not going to sit here and slave away for some job and be in some toxic relationship and have a bunch of property that doesn't make me happy or suit me or contribute to my goals, to get to where I want in life. And I think it's kind of like a game changer and a mind blower for a lot of people. A lot of people are just like, I don't know how to deal with that type of person. Like, you live in your car and you have career aspirations, but you
Mm-hmm.
don't have kids. But like people just don't know how to like even compute it. And I'm okay with it because I'm like, I'll wait. Like I'm not in a rush to find somebody to understand how this works. But I'm definitely not gonna be your baby mama.
No.
I'm not gonna be your slave at your job to make you
No.
fun poorer.
No.
And I'm definitely not gonna sit around and be a miserable bitty Betsy who
Mm-mm.
doesn't do anything I want to do with my life and blames everyone else for it. Like I'm just not gonna do
Yeah,
that.
there has to be more options. There has to be more lifestyle
Yeah.
options than those three.
Well, it looks like the option is living in your car at this point.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, sis. I haven't figured out a better option. But I'm
We
like,
came to
live
the
in my
same
car,
conclusion, obviously. So,
make my money, do what I want
yeah.
to do,
Yep.
and later on down the line, somebody turn on my
Yep.
account if they want. I don't know.
That's exactly. We came to the same conclusion and found the same folks that were thinking the same thing.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna keep trying to prove to you that
Yep.
I'm a good catch because I have an apartment.
Yes.
Like, get out of here.
It doesn't even work. It doesn't even work.
It doesn't. You have a
No.
good catch. You're like a good catch with an apartment all by yourself and like no dating options.
Hello.
You're just
Hello.
there paying rent, like, and you're just like, no one even wants to date me. Like, what's the
Mm-mm.
plan?
Sitting there by myself.
Yeah, so I was like, no, I'm gonna live in my car, be free spirited, be happy, have money in my pocket, be able to make moves, you know. And honestly, dating has been better in that aspect for me.
Yeah. Definitely. And your mind is clear. Like when you have an apartment,
Yeah.
like I just feel like for 18 hours of the day, I was either thinking about bills or working to pay them. Like
Like,
the other hours were sleeping. So it was like, this is ridiculous. This is no way to live.
yeah, it's like I can't think about having fun right now.
No. Nope. No.
All right, I'm gonna hop in this chat. Let's see. Northern Downpour said, I'm enjoying this chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Cheryl says, I'm late. Be safe tonight, ladies. I think we may have read that one. Thanks, Cheryl. I'm not sure if we got you in the Discord, but honey, if you're not, jump in the Discord.
Yeah. It goes off in there.
Because late night chat.
The
Y'all,
late
this is
night
a late night
chats.
chat.
The late night chats.
Wait till we get off this live stream, y'all. It's gonna go off in the Discord. X-rated.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding, y'all. It's not. It's more like what, like PGR? Like what are the new ones?
Yeah,
It's like PG-13
definitely.
to slightly rated R.
Yeah, between PG 13 and R, I would say.
R.
You want to just go straight R?
I don't know. I literally
I don't.
thought that was a jar. I was like PGR is a jar. It's like PG-13/R in the
No,
middle.
it's like 13 with a splash of R. A splash of R.
15 splash with R. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can figure out where we at. Oh yeah, I'm way behind. Chronography, everything. Okay. Killer Cam said, "What y'all eat today?" I'm having to remember. I'm like, what did I eat today? So for
Yeah, I had
breakfast,
tacos today.
from where?
A bad place.
Oh, I love tacos. I don't care where you come from. It's good.
A bad place.
Is it Taco Bell?
How'd you know?
Because it's so good.
That Doritos Locos
I don't
Tacos.
care what
It
people
gets me
think.
every time.
Judge me all you want. The next live stream I'm doing is I don't care what people think. That's the next live stream I'm doing. I'm done caring.
Story of my life.
Yes, I eat Taco Bell and what?
The Doritos Locos Tacos. I'm sorry, they got that.
I'm like,
They got that.
I'm gonna wait for you to tell me the Doritos Locos Tacos is not good. That shit is hitting. It's blasting. It's on fire.
It really is. It really is.
She ate Doritos Locos. What the fuck did I eat? Like, oh my god. Okay, so I ate some strawberries this morning, and I ate like a TV dinner meal, and it was like chicken fingers. I'm being honest. Like that's what I ate today. That's what I was like. What did I eat? Like it was nothing spectacular that you want to hear about. It was like I just need to put some in my stomach, and I was like, yeah, can you throw that chicken finger meal in the air fryer? That'd be great. Like,
and done.
And then she came by and brought us meat lovers pizza from Mellow Mushroom. So like she's the best of my day. Like I probably would starve and die if it wasn't for her today.
Pizza off the chain.
Strawberries and TV dinners. That's what I had before she came through and fed us. Yes. Thank you for asking and being concerned today, Cam. All right, so Visionary says, "Hi, Bria. It's the former true American Indian. How are you ladies tonight?" Great. I'm feeling good. I think the men should just be allowed to watch your channel first so he can understand your situation. Visionary, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, think about it. Anybody can watch this channel first. If you're going to take the next step to comment or have an opinion or, say something that's, what's the word? Offensive? Yeah. If you're going to take the time to do that and not take the time to watch the channel, I feel like that's kind of on you. I have a lot of people who comment on my channel and they'll ask questions where I'm like, you clearly didn't even take the time to watch the entire video or to even read about what my channel is about. So if you don't have the wherewithal to actually invest time into what you're investing your energy into, I can invest my energy into you. That's just how I personally feel. So like when I have people with genuine energy who comment on my channel, who have questions or want to get involved, I'm all there. I'm all love. But if I can tell that you're just somebody who's like, I'm not even going to take the time to try and understand what you got going on, I'm just going to ask some weirdo questions, then you're going to get some weirdo energy. So for guys watching this live stream who may watch the playback later, just know, like, I am super open. I'm super loving to everybody. But if you're going to be a weirdo and ask me questions without really understanding what my channel is about, you're going to get that same energy back. And more than likely, you're going to end up blocked. How do you feel about that, Key?
Oh, girl, I didn't go that deep with it. If I'm being honest. But
She's
guess
nice
what?
to the Key, y'all. You better off following Key because you getting blocked on my page. I'm nice.
Yeah, I didn't go all deep with that. I actually understood what I guess the chat was trying to say, but correct me if I'm wrong. From what I took from what Visionary was saying was, I think the men should just be allowed to watch your channel first so he can understand your situation. By that, I thought he meant maybe in the beginning, give them grace, because what we're saying to them is, to a person that doesn't know this lifestyle, like, it sounds like you're homeless, but give them the grace until they watch your channel and then get to understand your
but why are you
situation.
commenting if you haven't watched? But that's what I'm saying. I'll give you grace. But if you watch 30 seconds of a video, you're like, I don't get it. You live in your car.
Yeah,
Where's
no,
the
they're
grace?
not. They're
There's no
not. They're
grace
not
for you,
entitled
honey.
to anything after they watch. But I'm just saying, I guess in that period of the hesitation, just be like, you know what? All right, like, that's on them.
The time period. I'm like, what is
That's
it?
on
Is it like
them. You know, if you
minutes?
go.
That's all I'm saying. Like, what? How do I know? Because with watching YouTube videos, I don't know how many of my videos you've watched, how much time you've invested in getting to know me before you make a comment that's like, you need a man. Where's your man?
Yeah.
So I don't really know where the grace period is for that, but I feel you. But maybe we can kind of work on that, because I'm like, where is the grace? Where is the
I mean, it's pretty quick. It's pretty quick. Like, if after that point it's still the pity, then eventually you have to be like, okay, no, you're not understanding. Like, if at first they at first can seem like, oh no, they understand why you're doing it, this and that, but sometimes as you're going along, like dating them, you'll see they'll say little things that, or do actions that make it feel like, oh, you don't know that I'm doing this because I want to. You're thinking I'm doing this because I have to, you know, like, and you're starting to act towards me like, oh, poor you, you know, stay with me. Why would you want to sleep in your car? Those little actions like that, you can't allow grace for. That's when you got to like know to yourself, like, okay, wait, this person is not understanding my vision. They're not understanding why I'm doing this. They think I have to, not that I want to. And that's what I find in this like car community. Like, there's kind of two different kinds of people here: the people that are doing it because of their situation and they have to, and people that are doing it because they chose that they want to live this lifestyle. So
yeah, I think that the same way that men want grace, they have to give creators and women on this platform grace, because
yeah,
if you watch my channel and you watch one video and you're like, oh my god, you need help, that's going to automatically put me on the fence. and vice versa. Like if a guy is trying to be there for you and understand your lifestyle, he's probably gonna take a little bit more time to get to know and understand what
Yeah.
you're doing. So I think a lot of times like that energy is like really going towards guys who like will watch one of your videos and be
Right.
like, "Girl, move to Chicago, come to my house, girl.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
got some work for you." I'm like, stop.
And don't you also feel like if we were in vans, none of this would even exist?
If we were
Like,
what?
if we were in vans, like if we were doing van life.
Girl, all the time. I be like, yo, I started this life based off van life. I was living that van life. I was like, yo, I want to do what you're
Exactly.
doing, but I can't afford it quite yet. So this is like the next step there. And it's
Hmm.
like if I was in a van with my
This
shower in my
wouldn't have
van and
even been
my
an issue.
queen size bed,
Right.
I was like, come on. Y'all won't have
Right.
nothing to say. You'd be like,
Nothing.
girl, pick me
Nothing.
up.
They'd be trying to figure out the dimensions for how you got your bed, taking out their measuring tape, seeing how they can go. Where'd you get this van? Oh, we
They'd be
bought
like,
it off
let's build
there.
together,
Exactly. Yep.
girl. Like, let's build together. But since I'm in my car, it's like, oh, you just homeless. And I'm like, okay, well, I can fight that narrative because it doesn't really bother me because I know my truth. You know, like I know that it would be nothing for me to get an apartment. I know that clearly I have access to live inside of a home. You know, so it doesn't bother me in that way. But the fact that I truly do choose to live in my car, like it's almost like not respected. Like you said, like if I was in a van, it'd probably be more respected. But in my
Yeah.
car, it's just like, oh well, you don't really live in your car, and I'm like, I don't have any home or apartment or anything in my name. Like that's
That's the
the case.
story.
Like I
Yeah.
literally was talking to a lady yesterday about getting me a PO box so I can start getting sponsorship deals. Like some people don't even realize I'm like I have people reaching out to me about things that it's not as important to me because my page is really just something personal to me. But to be able to make money from sponsorship deals would be great. But it's like I'll have people reach out to me who are like, yeah, we want to send you stuff to your house, and I'm like, we've watched your page and we really like you and we want you to promote our product and we want to send it to your house. I was like, you clearly didn't watch my page. You clearly don't understand what it's about because I live in my car. Like, what are you like what are you talking about? But I don't know. I feel like it's up to girls like us to continue doing what we're doing to show people like this lifestyle isn't just about people who are just down and out victims and living in their car and they're so miserable and life sucks and we need help. Like
Yeah.
that's literally not the case at all.
Yeah. And if you show somebody your lifestyle and why you're doing it and you explain to them why you're doing it and they still don't get it, it's on them.
Yeah,
That's not on you. That's on them.
I don't do a lot of explaining nowadays.
Right.
I kind of feel like I'm gonna tell you what it is, and you can take that for whatever you take it as. So if I tell you, hey, my name's Breezy, I live in my car, and you're like, oh, I feel this that way, I don't really care. Like at that point, I've separated myself. You know, like I've
Oh,
already told you what it is. You take that for what you want to take it. If you take that as, oh, she's homeless and she needs help, and we need to pray for her.
yeah,
Thank
no.
you.
I'll give you one time to say that
I
before I
appreciate it.
explain myself, and if you still feel that way, we're done. But you, I
I'll
have
take
more.
all
I
the
guess I
prayers.
have more grace.
Girl, I'm like, I'll
Bree
take
has
all the prayers. She's like, oh,
Bree has
pray
no
for me.
patience
Please
for
pray for
that.
me. I'll take it.
She's like, I'm not
I'm not
explaining
gonna turn it down.
anything. I can sympathize that on jump. Okay, it could sound crazy to the normal person, but you know, I don't think everybody, because our communities are so small. I'm like, there's no way that this is like a world, especially not in a car. This is not a worldwide thing that people know that you're doing. So I'll give you grace until I explain. But if you're still closed minded about it, forget you.
The funny thing about it is there's so many people living in their cars they just won't admit it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
for real. There's
Oh
so
yeah.
many people in their car right now watching this video on YouTube and it's like I ain't gonna say nothing. You know, like just sleep in their car right now. So I'm like, honey, it's okay if I have the balls to do it. If I can be an example, if he can, like, let's do it because eventually people are gonna come out and I'm like, stop being such Debbie Downers. Wake the fuck up. You're in your car, turn your live stream on, get on, let's talk about it. I'm in my car over here. I'm in my car over there. Like that's what I want. I want like a community of people to come together and I'm like, I'm tired of people trying to make me feel bad about it. Like I was so much more miserable, bitter, want to like
Yes.
share that energy with like everybody else. And
That's
I'm like, everyone else
exactly
is
what it
like,
felt like. It felt like you just like cracked a cheat code to life. Like,
this is
oh
everyone else.
snap. Like, I'm about to have a lifestyle that I never thought I could have. Like, I just unlocked a life code. I can hack the system, is what it felt like. Like, I could go, I can travel, I can do what I want, take off when I want.
We should go to brunch tomorrow. You want to go to brunch tomorrow?
Yeah, we can go there.
Do
Where do
you
you
have to
want to
work
go?
tomorrow?
I work when I want.
I know this is all. See, you guys, this is our life. This is our life. I'm like, you want to go to brunch? Okay, we live in our car. Like, we don't have nothing else to do. Let's go to brunch tomorrow because we haven't gone to brunch. All right, but we gotta check out these comments because we've been ignoring these folks. I
Yeah,
love you guys
okay.
so much,
We gotta go
but
back.
we've been
We gotta
having
go
such a good
back.
conversation. Let's see what y'all got to say about it. Okay, so
We gotta go way up.
Kayara River says, I love watching you guys. Where are some safe places to find to sleep? I'm ready to start my new journey. Kayara, I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm going to tell you some advice. He can give you some advice. Me personally, I live in my car, but I am parked at a private location on someone's property. So I actually have about 2 or 3 friends that I'm close with who own homes, and they allow me to park in their driving spaces and utilize their electricity or bathroom. I also utilize a Planet Fitness membership. He can probably give you a little bit more information about like self camping locations that you can stay at. She's currently in North Georgia. I'm not sure where you're at, but I'll let you take that key.
Okay, so for me right now, hotel parking lots have been my bread and butter. I've had no issues, no knocks, no disturbances, nothing like that. And now occasionally I can sleep at one of the locations that Bree sleeps at. So that's really cool. So sometimes in the breakup of things, I can sleep there. Um, I've also heard people say that on certain apartment streets that you can sleep like kind of like where apartments have like street parking, you can sleep there. I don't know if I'd recommend that though, only because I like to sleep where there are cameras just in case something goes wrong. You can at least have the footage with the hotel camera. But yeah, there are tons of YouTube videos about where you guys can sleep. People have tried to sleep in some really crazy locations like Lowe's parking lots or business parking lots or car dealerships and all types of things. Um, I would just do your research before you sleep anywhere and make sure that you know that there are other people that have slept there and you know that okay it's probably going to be a safe bet, and check the crime in the area too. Like don't sleep just because it's a Walmart doesn't mean go sleep at that one. Like check the crime before you're sleeping at any of these places. There's actually a map that I use that maps out all the crime across the US, and obviously the redder the area is, the higher the crime. And once it gets green, then you don't have to worry about so much crime. And they're usually nicer areas with nicer bathrooms, nicer Planet Fitnesses, things like that. So you can blend in good there.
Okay. Brick City's Finest says he's at Walmart parking lot tonight. It's gonna get in the 20s. I hope you got your sleeping bag and your blanket and your electric blanket and your hot hands. Let's see. Northern Downpour said, agree. Love the way you two think. Love you too. AOG said, get a Jackery. I have my Jackery. Look, y'all, I love my Jackery so much. My Jackery is plugged in right now. It's working right now. Like, if you don't have a battery backup at this point and you live in your car, join our Discord chat. There's plenty of resources there. You got to get your car prepped. Get your car set up.
Yeah. Do you know I've been doing this since what now? July, August, September, October.
It's so, like,
I've been doing this for 5 months. No Jackery.
I've been preparing for 5 months for the winter. I was like, I have my Jackery and I was barely using it, and in the winter I'm like, that's when you need it when it's
Yeah.
really cold, you know.
Yeah.
We got me, myself, and my car says you're alive. That's what you're feeling. I love this chat, but it's 19 degrees, so I'm off to bed. Take care, ladies. Aw. he probably went to bed, but I
Yeah,
hope he doesn't freeze through the night. He's somebody who told me, he was like, you need to get a sleeping bag and line your sleeping bag with your blanket to kind of like keep your warmth in.
yeah.
So I'm really gonna like use that tip because I have a sleeping bag and I kind of just like threw it to the side, like, oh, when I get ready to camp, I'll use it. But I actually probably should be utilizing like keeping the like warmth in. Like, do you like what do you do, Keith? Like, do you use a sleeping bag at all?
I don't use sleeping bag at all. It hasn't been that cold for me where I felt like I needed a sleeping bag.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always cold, so I'm always wearing tons and tons of layers. Like right now, I have 3 layers on and
Mm-hmm.
2 layers on my pants, and then I wear 2 layers of socks. And then I basically wrap myself in 2 layers of blankets, and
And
that
it's good
usually
enough, yeah.
keeps me pretty warm. It hasn't been that cold. I would say the coldest it was, I didn't have my thermal socks yet, but it got to like 35 degrees and I was like, oh no, I can't do this. I'm not prepared. Like I needed to bundle up a little bit more.
Yeah,
And yeah, so far the double thick blankets has been
they do the job. Yeah, a lot of people talk to me and they're like, "Oh, it's really cold where I'm at," and I have to tell them, I'm like, we're in Atlanta, Georgia, so luckily, like, it gets cold, but it's manageable. Like, if I put on a couple layers and put on a couple layers of blankets, I'm actually pretty good. But I could see if I went up farther north where you want to incorporate like sleeping bags, heated blankets. Like, even though I have my heated blankets and things, like, I rarely need to use them. Like, it has to be like just a really cold night for me. Like, ooh, I'm about to plug the heated blanket in. I'm gonna fucking get the like the warmers and stuff. But truthfully, I think we're kind of lucky just in the area we're in. But some people out here are really cold. Like, that's crazy. He said no, he said negative
negative
19.
19.
Like, what the? Where the heck is he at? I need to ask him again. Like, I think he's in like middle America. I don't know. All right, let's just keep it moving with this chat because, guys, we've been on here for 57 minutes.
Oh wow.
I'm like kind of surprised because I don't feel like it's
That
been
went
that
really
long. And
fast.
it's been a little bit ill, but I don't think it's been that long. But let's see if we can get through this chat so we can close up this little live stream here. Brick City's Finest says, I can't do Taco Bell. I have to go to a real Mexican place. I feel you, but what about when there's no access?
But what about when there's no Doritos Locos Taco? That's the question.
What about when there's no nacho cheese fries? What
That's
about
the
the nacho cheese fries
question.
that are seasonal that nobody wants to talk about?
Nobody has
It's
those.
seasonal.
Nobody has those.
I don't care what people say. Everybody has their guilty pleasures, and Taco Bell will remain to be one of mine. I don't care.
For sure.
Maureen
Marie King.
says, "Oh yeah, y'all such an inspiration."
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're trying out here. Putting some positivity back into the world.
I feel like this is gonna be my dance. Like, whenever someone says nice, I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay. Let's see. Visionary says, "No, I was talking about in terms of guys wanting to date you and not understanding that you like living in your car. We that watch your show understand that you living in your car because it's a come up."
What?
I think he's I mean, I can
Okay.
only go off of like my own personal understanding, but it seems like what he's saying is like, we who watch your show get it, but
Got
what
you.
about people who don't?
Got you. Got you. I see what he's
I
saying now.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say because maybe we both were kind of like confused about that.
Yeah. No, I got it. I got what he's saying. He was like, while we see it as like a building block to get to where we're going, like a success ladder, they may not see it like that. They may be like, oh, you're down and out. Oh my gosh. That could be their initial, instead of watching the videos and seeing like, oh no, you're doing this because you're building something.
Yeah. I think that when it comes down to that, it's definitely a lot of self worth that's involved because I will not allow someone to tell me that I'm down and out or I need help, So I wouldn't even entertain dating someone like that. So I feel like to a certain extent, um, you're going to attract people who are more open to that lifestyle. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as you tell somebody I live in my car, they're either going to be turned off or don't care.
Yeah.
So hopefully you just attract the people who don't care, because the ones who are turned off, you're probably like, well, this isn't even going any farther anyway. So,
Yeah.
like,
And what do you say? You just say living in your car. You don't jazz it up with like I say sometimes like, yeah, I'm in a tiny house on wheels, you know, like I'm doing van life, but in a car.
Well, that's another thing too. It's like, why do I have to jazz it up?
Yeah, right?
Like, I've been like, oh, I live in my car, but I have a good job and I make this amount of money and
Yeah,
I
it's
travel
like,
and I do, and I'm like,
yeah.
it's like you're trying to explain yourself to like prove yourself to someone who I'm like, hold on, hold on, hold on. What do you do, sir?
Yeah.
What do you do, sir? You so concerned about me? You know, like that's how I really feel. I'm like,
That
y'all
is
be
true.
concerned about me in this society that we live in. You know, where I'm like, most people looking at you like, are you gonna be able to take care of her?
Mm,
And it's like, I don't even need you to take care of me, but the fact that you're so concerned about what I'm doing is out of my mind, honestly, personally.
I feel you, girl. I feel you, girl. You're at the like, why do we even have to start there?
Yeah, because I'm like, me sleeping in my car, if you're trying to date me sleeping in my car should not be an issue. And that's just my personal opinion. I'm like, that should not be a concern.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to date me, you should already be in a position where you're like, I can date this person. You shouldn't be in a position where you're like, oh, does she have an apartment? Because I'm gonna need to stay there sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like it shouldn't matter. You know. Anywho, let's get through this shot, girl, because we are so much. Marie King says, I'm cleaning out my apartment now for the transition. I feel like I'm doing the big chop, but in a lifestyle way. That's so
Definitely.
awesome.
Definitely.
Marie, if you got a chance, check out the channel description. Eventually, I'm going to post it in this video description, probably after the video, but it's going to include our Discord link. It's basically a chat support group. I would love to see you in there. If you're about to join this lifestyle, alternative living, like we got people in there who will definitely support you, myself, give you tips, advice, and just give you, a community that you can talk with. So I've been there cleaning out my apartment, getting rid of my stuff, getting ready to get in the car, and being terrified. And
Yes.
now that I'm here, I'm like,
Yeah. And a part of you is just like, why does this take me so long to come to this conclusion? Like, I should have
do it.
done this. I should have done this last lease. What was I
Yeah, but you
thinking?
should have been did it. You'll be all right. I don't know, Marie, if you have kids or anything like that, but even if you do, there's people out there doing it too, honey. So get out there, get in your car, stack your money, and start changing your life and shaping your life the way you want it to be, not the way society wants you to live. I'm all for it. Let's see, we got Brick City's Finest. Says he bought a rechargeable USB heated blanket yesterday. Yeah, I've seen that in our Discord chat as well. Where I think was it Yuki or someone else who posted the heated blanket that plugs
With the
directly into the
car,
car.
with the cigarette lighter, yeah.
Yeah, it plugs into the cigarette lighter. So yeah, that's like game changer. Like I know. I thought I was game changing with my heated blanket that plugs into my Jackery and drains my whole battery at night. But he's like, you can plug this in the car. The only thing I will say is that like, okay, well, what
It'll
about
drain
when you
your
turn on the
car
car?
battery. Yeah.
So you're just exchanging one battery for the other. But if you do have a Jackery or some type of portable battery, they do have this here. That's the plug. That's like your car cigarette lighter plug.
Mhm.
So you can still use it with your battery and like turn your car off. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be looking into that.
Well, maybe it'll drain less battery, and maybe it'll drain it slower, so you can have your heated blanket on for longer. Or do you think it
That's
won't?
what I'm thinking. Like it just won't drain it as fast. All right. So now we have AOG says, all I want is people to be great, succeed, just stay warm in this cold. Thank you so much, AOG.
Yes.
Everybody is going to survive this winter, especially if you in Georgia, because we got the resources, honey. But we got plenty of people who follow this channel who are like in way colder places, and we're going to be praying for you.
Yeah, the people up north. Oh gosh, I don't know how you do it up there.
It's Jersey right now. Imagine you're in Jersey, Carolina.
Oh
They
no,
out there freezing their balls off right now.
no, couldn't do it. Could not do it outdoors. So shout out to anybody who's doing that. That's not easy.
Me, myself, and my car says I park in front of low-rise apartments who have street parking. Been at a place for 3 months. It's actually across the street from my old house of 10 years. That's a great place. Like, I think he mentioned it, like residential areas, apartment neighborhoods. Like, those are great places to park and be very stealthy and discreet. Like, no one's really going to pay you attention unless you're just like outwardly doing like shit to like gain attention. But you can easily park in apartment complexes and especially ones that you used to live in. Why not? You already know the area, the leasing, things like that. Park over there and get through the night. You just gotta make it through the night safely, right?
That's it.
Yeah. Sonny Bomber says, Bria! Hey, Sonny. Me, myself, my car says that's not 19 degrees. It's minus 19 degrees. Yeah, I had to fix that. You're in Canada?
Shout out to Canada.
I love Canada. I want to visit Canada. I'm not even gonna lie. One of the reasons why I have not visited Canada yet is because I felt like it's so easy to visit there.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, if
not
I
enough
Canada,
of a challenge.
I could just go to Canada. You know, I've been trying to like challenge myself a little, but definitely on my bucket list. I love Canadian people. I love Canada. I even want to go to Maine because my name's Bria-maine. And I want to be a Maynard, which is like as close as you can be to being like a Canadian person. And I think I would fit right in. I would fit right in. All right, y'all. We're going to get ready to close this chat out. I know it's getting late. Let me see. Sonny Bomber says, Bria, will you be a model for my company? No funny business, just normal designer clothes. Sonny, send me an email. I don't know what your company about. You could be selling booty holes.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't sell neither of the two. But if you send me an email and I like what your company is about, I could possibly be a model. I'm kind of short. I'm like 5'5", but we can try it out. Let's see. Brick City's Fine says the wall plug-in blanket is usually 110 volts. The cigarette uses 12. Godzilla's in here. No gorillas. Gorillas is in it. Okay, y'all. We gotta go, y'all. Because obviously I'm getting like a hot mess. But thank you everyone who joined our live stream. I appreciate it. Me and Key Tracks again. Follow Key's Tracks. Y'all go and support her page.
Thank you.
Get over there and do it. Hit that like button. We got people in here watching. 5 likes. If y'all don't like, why are you watching? I don't understand. Like, hit the like button.
It.
You know? And of course, if you enjoy this content, you guys subscribe to me and Key Tracks. We'll be back doing more live streams and more content for you guys.
For sure.
Again, appreciate you for joining us.
And leave a comment at the end of the video and we will get back to you for sure.
Yes, we love to talk, chat, and deal with trolls. All right, guys. Love you again.
Peace.